Yeah, well, it's interesting. I mean, now SaaS-based applications that are cloud-based, so you mentioned Trello or WebEx or Zoom or Teams or DocuSign or Summitas, LastPass, a password vault. You end up with all, I mean, it's login password hell for people. They're going in and out of
It is torture.
left and right. And as a technologist, it's very difficult because all of these systems, I only have their APIs. So an API is basically their formal language that they say, this is what you can give to me, and this is what you can get from me, unless you choose to actually use my application. And so all of a sudden, integration of these tools, when they all have their own local little systems with their own set of security and their own set of APIs, has become quite complex. When I used to have it all in my little kingdom and I controlled all of the access and I controlled all of the information, I could actually, it was still hard, but I actually had the power to do the integration. Now with it all distributed, it's very difficult. And I think about these people logging in and out of the systems. If logging in and out of the system takes 1 minute, 30 seconds, but you have to remember what's the login, what's the URL, got to go in, got to go out, go in, go out, go in, go out. And then I'm sitting here talking about cybersecurity and how every one of your passwords has to be different. Then I say, oh, well, what about I need to lock someone out? Now I have to go, what applications did I give them? Did they have WebEx? Did they have Trello? Did they have Bloomberg? Did they have, the accounting system? Did they have Bill.com? Did they have DocuSign? It's crazy. And so you need to have kind of a serverless, centralized security. And so centralization, typically, most tech people will go, oh, well, that's a single point of failure. And when you have a single point of failure, that means there's a bottleneck or a choke point in there. But yet in security, you do need to have it centralized to have full control. And it's a much better user experience. So I think, our technology has shifted where we need to make it easier for the users who have all these logins and passwords to kind of be able to bop in and out of the different systems with kind of what feels like to them as one login and password. Now, it may or may not be, but it's much more difficult in that cloud-based distributed model. And so I think, the DocuSign or the electronic signature is a great example. They're like, well, you can just email it to me, send me the private equity subscription document, I'll print it out, and then I'll take a picture of my signature on the key pages or scan it, and then I'll email it back to you. And then I'll take that piece of paper and throw it out. So just to be clear, I emailed a document that probably had your social security number in it to you. You printed it out, then you threw it in the trash, and then you email back the signature, which is the most important piece. Like, how is that safe or secure? That's not. Right? I don't care if you've got great email, that's still not safe or secure. I don't care if you've two-factored. That process left many, many places. And so you look at what Summitas has in terms of document signature, or you look at Adobe, or you look at DocuSign, and now people go, God, I can't believe I used to do all those steps. I used to get the email printed, blah, 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 blah. Now, some people still feel like there's a sense of security there. It's not there. But being able to jump on a portal and sign a document, not have to send it around, or get an email that links you into the portal and you don't even realize you're getting into a portal, and you sign it and away you go. So much safer, so much more secure. And quite honestly, now you can sign a document in less than 30 seconds, where before it would probably take you 5 minutes, excluding the read time, which obviously is the same for both of them. So I feel like the serverless architecture technically has changed dramatically. And a lot of the former MSPs, people who manage your laptops and your servers, haven't all caught up to it. And they're like, oh, I didn't know you were using Slack or Trello or all these things. I know what to do with your email, but I don't know what to do with all of those different things. So I think there is a little bit of a different focus. But again, I think the learning and the education and the intuitive, and if you centralize that security and can reduce the number of logins for people, either through a password vault or through a single sign-on, is is possible in some cases and growing, you can help manage both the best of both worlds, so to speak.